Oh snap! Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube?
What's up out there, everybody?
This is JVS. We're back again. One more time.
One more time, everybody. This, review, spoiler review.
This is a full spoiler review, y'all. Y'all saw our random tandem non-spoiler review that we had in the car for a brand new movie that's not out yet. We got advanced screening for it. No Escape. And hopefully you enjoy our non-spoiler review just as much as you're going to enjoy this spoiler-filled review. The movie surrounds, and I'll go ahead and just read the synopsis. In their new overseas home, an American family soon finds themselves caught in the middle of a coup. And they frantically look for a safe escape in an environment where foreigners are being immediately executed. That joint went hard, dude. It was so many messed up things that happened. Well, first of all, you got Pierce Bronson plays the role of Hammond. Dude's a baddie. I mean, straight up, like, you see him on the plane, you meet up with Owen Wilson's family. The family seems like really nice and like got two little girls. And it's just something off about him. I think one of the things he has said is that he had been overseas 15 times to that location. And the little girl was like, well, how did you get this scar? He's like, well, I got in a fight with a tiger. And I was like, what? And then he showed a tooth. And then, like, she asked, how you get this scar right here? He was like, oh, I fell down some stairs. And I was like, yo, he's something else. I thought, though, when it was leading into it, I thought he was kind of putting him in a situation to die. I thought that this was all going to be kind of a hostage kind of situation. And he was kind of like baiting them. But in the movie, he actually was the one that was really saving them. Like him and, what was the guy's name? The Asian guy.
His name was,
what's the singer? I forget the singer's name. Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
He was sitting there up in that little hoop that plays Kenny Rogers or whatever. But you find out later on, these dudes, they go buck. Like, they seriously are clutch. They're great shots, great marksmen. And he's a part of, Pierce Bronson's character is part of like Secret Service or something like that, British intelligence. And he kind of lays the line of what little bit of the story that we actually get. That's one of the things I couldn't give this movie a full 10 is because there was no real story necessarily. Like whereas Hotel Rwanda, there's a deep, intricate story, and you're kind of brought through the metamorphosis of everything that's happening, you know, with this family. But in this one, it got, like, they just got pushed in. Yeah, I felt like this is kind of like a Jurassic Park scenario, in my honest opinion, because, like, Pierce Bronson says, like, I put you in this situation. Every single time that we went and we stole from these people, and we went and brought this, like, water company, and they're the ones that kind of perpetuated the things that go into this route, and now these people want blood for the Americans and the people, like, such as the British, for going and putting them into this situation. And I mean, even at the beginning of the movie, it has somebody like sitting there and like giving somebody some water. He's sitting there tasting the water and testing to see if it was alright. I was thinking like that he was in on it. Like every single time, one of the things I liked about this movie is that it kept me guessing what might happen. And every single scenario I did not expect. And do you want to bring out some of the scenarios they went through in this?
Yeah, so like you're kind of like, you're probably watching this like, how did Owen Wilson's character actually get over there? What's his involvement in all this? Well, he was an engineer for a company that pretty much like he wanted to help. He wanted to make new developments to give people clean water.
Yeah. And
the company he was being pretty much moving to work under. They're working in this region or this area, and that's pretty much all we know as far as the company and Owen Wilson's character and his occupation. So he's there, and they're pretty much like caught up in this, man. And I'm not gonna give away like some of the not action scenes, but some of the ways they're pursued, because those you just have to watch. They just have to watch.
You ain't gonna tell them. You ain't gonna tell them about I mean, give them one at least.
I'm gonna give them one. So I'm gonna talk about the one that they probably already know,
which is the trailer.
Yeah, where they actually throwing their children.
That whole scenario was crazy though, because the build up was what y'all don't see is how he got from that point Like he was just kind of outside and about.
Oh yeah.
And he was trying to get him a newspaper because they didn't have any lights, they didn't have anything, and he was just like, I don't know what's going on. He went this one dude. Then all of a sudden, like, he's looking for the paper and the music. That's one of the things I liked about it. The music just stopped. And, like, you're looking around, you're like, he is in the middle of a war that's about to go down. It's like the Warriors incarnate. Like, I kid you not. And then he starts to run, and he starts trying to protect this one woman that's on the side with her baby. And he's like, I got to get back home. And then he almost gets to the hotel. He looks, and one of the guys that's on the billboard like him, he gets executed out there straight out. And then they see him, and I'm like, wow, they actually saw him. It wasn't a matter of him just kind of sneaking around. This is a real life scenario. Like, in the real world, he wouldn't be able to sneak around. And he's not. There's every single point, they find him. You know, it's just how they get out of it. And then he gets to the hotel, gets to his family or whatever, and you're thinking, okay, they're going to just kind of make it to the roof. No. Like, there are people, he has to tell his wife, like, where is the other daughter? She's out in the pool when people are getting slaughtered outside. So he has to go downstairs through areas where people are getting slaughtered every single door. Like, the group that's attacking this, they leave no one to chance. It's like the raid almost. Like, they are killing everyone. And it's like, how he has to get his family from point A to point B is just nuts. But then, the rooftop, I'll let you bring that up because I don't know if I could have done that, man. But go ahead, I'll let you explain it.
Well, I mean, I want to touch on it too because I got to backtrack a little bit because, you know, from the trailer, going and watching this movie, I was thinking, and even with that first scene where he's stuck between like this, pretty much like this little like war, pretty much was like a riot in the middle of the streets, and like you hear like gunshots, police firing at the mob or whatever, and I'm thinking at this point, okay, you know, Owen Wilson's character he's stuck in the middle of a bad situation. That's what I was thinking. So he can like, you know, maneuver through it as long as he's like peaceful. No, this mob actually overtakes, you know, the law enforcement in that region, and they're literally hunting any foreigner. So it's not like he's stuck in the middle of it. It's like they're out to kill him. You know what I'm saying? And it changes so quick, and he's thrown into it so quick, and that was pretty crazy. But so yeah, so move progressing. You know, and these guys. So he's going back to the hotel, and he reconvenes with he rescues his daughter, brings her back to the room. Oh my gosh. And even while he was gone, the dudes try to break in the room where his wife and his other child is. And that scene was so freaking scary.
It really was.
Like,
it really was, dude.
They were so defenseless. And these guys are brutally going door to door and executing people.
You hear it, you see it. And that's one of the things about this movie. Like, you see a lot of joint. There's a lot of people that died. Like, get set on fire, get cut up. Like, there's even a point where his wife almost gets raped trying to save him. And it was this. I mean, anyway, go ahead. Keep going.
It's so crazy. And, like, so that whole thing was crazy. So he's reconvenes with his family, and he meets up with that guy. Well, that guy from the plane, like that contractor, the CIA agent, whatever. Like he
told him to go to the roof.
He told him to go to the roof. He pretty much saves him and tells him to go to the roof, right? And then after that, we don't see him for a while.
Yeah.
In the movie, I thought that was great. But so they head up to the roof while they're getting shot at and chased, and the roof door is locked. He's like, open the door.
Everybody's like safe, like Americans up there. Everybody's peaceful and chilling.
Everybody's up there, and oh my God,
the helicopter.
Right? Well, even before that, right? So
don't tell the whole movie.
I gotta tell this part though. This part I gotta tell. Because this will give you the weight of the situation they're in, right? So they're on the roof, and there's other like civilians and foreigners and like Americans and British people up there too, right? And Owen Wilson character is like he's about to go to the ledge, and then one guy was like, "Don't go up to the ledge; they'll take shots at you." And I was like, "What?" And he actually looks over the ledge, and there's a mob. I mean, like thousands of people surrounding this hotel, and it's like, oh, you get at that moment you get the gravity of their situation.
Yeah,
they are screwed.
Yeah.
Utterly. And
everybody.
These guys are coming up the hotel and potentially trying to break down this door. Luckily, it's a narrow corridor, so you can't get that many people through at one time. So they barricade the door, whatever. Now, the helicopter part.
I left all of that for you to even go into what you wanted to talk about, which is like them throwing the kids. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all for time's sake. They were going and talking with different people because there was different dialects. They were trying to figure out what are they saying. And it was like, basically, they went to 3 different dialects of people, and they found out the layman's term was blood for water. Because of what you did and your people did, we're going to kill you. There's no way out, no matter what. Basically, we're not taking you for kidnapping purposes. We're taking you for cattle to slaughter. And so then they hear the helicopter, and they're thinking, oh wow, the helicopter's coming to save. Everybody's all happy. All of a sudden, like, you look, and you're like,
it turned
to the left, and you see a dude with like his red bandana. I was like, Lord Jesus. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, this is way too good to be true and way too soon. But it's like, he shot down everybody on the roof. And then what made matters worse, like, he accidentally ran into something and then exploded at the family. The family was just running. Like, people are dying everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they don't come unscathed. Like, a lot of them get injured. Like, and so I'll go ahead and skip to the scene that everybody want to know is, do they make it across? Okay, so they throw the first, like, the wife, first of all, is frightened. She doesn't want to jump. First, she doesn't jump. Then she finally jumps, and she messes her arm all jacked up. And then, like, he takes a little girl, and he's just, like, telling her, like, look, it's going to be okay. And he throws her tail. And the wife barely catches her. And then he takes the other little girl, and I was thinking to myself, he's going to have to jump either with her, or he's going to have to try to, you know, get her. He tries to take her and throw her. She hold on to his neck. They both about to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, people
almost fall off the edge.
At this point, the people have already broken through the door, and they're coming. Because there's another Asian guy trying to help him get her across. And so what he does, he takes his belt off, wraps it around her so she's not going to struggle, and then he throws her. And like, I was like, Lord have mercy, he almost overshoots it. And he got over, and then he got over, but then the guy that was helping them gets killed. And from that point, things get so much worse. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, the things that we just described are nothing compared to what they go through. Like I said, there's a point where his wife almost gets raped. There's a point where a guy literally takes his little girl's hands with a gun and plays Russian roulette with his head. The dad is watching his daughter try to kill him forcibly by a man. Like, that's the weight of the evil and the hate that these people have for him. And it gets really raw. It gets really rough. I don't really have anything to kind of compare it to. I know that Owen Wilson did a good job as far as acting. One of the better roles that I've seen him in was definitely Behind Enemy Lines, so I think that they picked the perfect person for this. There are certain scenes that I thought that they could have went a lot further with it as far as like the emotional standpoint. But given the weight, I don't know if I could have stood it, like seeing people like distraught in depression in the midst of this. Like, I knew that there had to be some family moment so I could be like, wow. You know, but Joe over here, when stuff starts hitting the fan, he couldn't even see, what was it? The Diary of a Mad Black Woman. What was that one? For the Colored Girls. When the movie For the Colored Girls came out, Joe was like, no, I hate this movie. No, because the reason why is because you did not like the stress behind it. You did not like the fact of how much it hit home and how messed up the situation happened with those kids. You were even telling me, like, man, I dislike this movie. This is a real word.
I did dislike the movie.
And so what I'm saying is that with the weight and the stress of this movie, it really was bearing down on Joe. And it was bearing down on me too, because I was like, I want them all to make it out. But given their circumstances, either one of the little girls or one of the parents is gonna die, like no matter what, because like everybody is out for them. Even the people that were trying to save them gets killed. And even Pierce Bronson, he went out like a G. Motherfucker was like, he was shot, jacked up, you know, and dude tried to run him over. He was like, wait for it, popped the dude in the head. He was like, come on, and just gets railed. Like, I mean, it's a dark film, but it's also pretty good. What did you give it for a rating?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to backtrack too. I mean, I'm like, for me, like, I mean, I really didn't like For Color Girls because I felt like it didn't really resolve at the end. And I went through all that stress for literally, I felt like, oh my God, this makes me feel terrible about the world. I mean, this movie, I feel like Hotel Rwanda is on another stress level as far as the movie. And then this is underneath it. But it's still very stressful. This is one of the most stressful movies I've seen in a long time. Mm-hmm. A very long time, bro. And it was crazy. And I mean, I give it a 10, to be honest with you. Because it was crazy. But at the same time, the premise behind it, or why it already all happened, like, it was based in a lot of, like, realism.
Yeah.
Like, cause like pretty much this like, in the dude from the CIA agent, he pretty much explained it. He was like, he said something very interesting. He was like, we like go to these underdeveloped countries and we do all these things for them, knowing good and well they can't pay us back. So we intentionally put them in debt, so we will pretty much own them. And I was like, dang, bro. Like, I mean, we live in a world that stuff like that happens, and
it's real.
It's crucial. Like, this movie was just like, my lord. Like I was like, man, like I'm thankful that I live in the country that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. We're blessed individuals.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot of people out there who, like, you know, in like war zones and stuff like that. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it puts into perspective how our world really is right now, and how desynthesized we are, but then how oblivious we really are on a physical circumstance level. This movie really does showcase it really well, because by the end of this movie, you're looking at them and you're just like, man, they've gone through it. They look like, if I went over to a third world country and I saw them over there, I would think like, man, these people are just dealing with, you know, like, but this is life for some people on a regular basis. They just happen to go there. And so, I mean, I really do pray for our nation, yes, but I feel like the world needs our prayers just as much as this nation. And not just that, how much of this nation is causing the detriment to a lot of the other things that are happening over there. Like, it's our job as Americans to do right by our fellow man, you know what I'm saying, and women on the international level. And so spread the peace, y'all. Like, shoot out some prayers for like some stuff that's going on overseas that y'all have been looking at on the news, or that y'all know what's going on. You know, show support, not just to the troops, but the people that are around there, because your prayers for what's going on, even if it's prayers for peace or prayers for change, may actually save lives of the troops that are going over there to try to help these people that are over there. So one love, you know what I'm saying? Like, prayers go out for everybody. But yeah, I gave the movie an 8 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed it, and hopefully y'all enjoyed our spoiler review. It's got really deep really quick. Hopefully y'all enjoyed our spoiler review. This is JVS. We out. Later, everybody.